Please stand by for the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Please stand by for the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Calling all radio amateurs, please stand by for the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. This net meets each Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Time in support of the University of Alabama's Amateur Radio Club. You do not have to be a member of UARC to check in, and all licensed amateur radio operators are encouraged to participate. This is KV4S. My name is Russell, and I'm located in Chelsea, Alabama, and I will be your net control station for this session. Stations with emergency or priority traffic are welcome to break the net at any time. The University Amateur Radio Club thanks Fred, W5MGM, for facilitating IRLP, Echolink, and All-Star Connectivity for the net, and Owen, W3NH, and North Alabama Repeater Association for their use of their IRLP nodes. A list of participating repeaters and nodes is available at inforlex.com/UARC. Are there any business or announcements for the net? All right, hearing none, we will go ahead and go to check-ins. Unfortunately, I do not have trivia for tonight, so we'll just do a check-in only net. I'll work on that hopefully for the next time I call. We had a very busy week. School has been up in the air, and some family has been in town visiting, so a little bit too much going on around here. But we're going to try to plug on through the net anyway. So with that, let's go to Tuscaloosa first. Looking for any Tuscaloosa check-ins. Please call now.
This is Kilo Mike 4, Victor Papa Golf. Kilo Mike 4, Victor Papa Golf. Douglas at that. Roll Tide roll.
Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Yankee X-Ray, Jeff.
Kilo India 5, Romeo Victor X-Ray, Connor in Tuscaloosa.
November 8, Golf Victor Fox, N8 GBF Mark, and KC8ZTH Laura.
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Juliet Alpha, Allen in Northport.
All right, big list for Tuscaloosa. Let's go through them real quick, make sure I got them correctly, and all of them. Kilo Mike 4, Victor Papa Golf. Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Yankee X-Ray. Kilo India 5, Romeo Victor X-Ray. N8 GVF. KC8 Zulu Tango Hotel. And Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Juliet Alpha. Do we have any additionals or any corrections? All right, make another call. Anyone in the Tuscaloosa area, please call now. All right, hearing no additional for Tuscaloosa, we'll move over to Birmingham. Anyone in the Birmingham area, please call now.
Whiskey 3 November Hotel. Good evening, Russell.
This is Delta 4 Golf Sierra KD4GF.
All right, we got W3NH and KD4GS from the Birmingham area. Don't forget, if you cannot check in over the air, we've also got web check-ins available at UARC, infolex.com/UARC. And let's see, any others in the Birmingham area, please call now. All right, let's move up to Coleman and Huntsville. Coleman, Huntsville, please call now.
Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot, Billy, and Owens Crossroads.
Alpha Charlie 4 Lima Alpha. Peak, just a hair south of Huntsville. AC4LA.
All right, we got KM4BGF and AC4LA. Any others, Huntsville or Coleman? All right, that takes us through the state check-ins. Let's go out of state. Anyone, anywhere, not yet acknowledged, please call now.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Alpha Quebec Whiskey. Carl Charlie Alpha Romeo Lima in Maryville, Illinois. Will be a short time. Roll Tide.
Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie, KC4 ZYC. Howard here in Beloit, Wisconsin. Roll Tide.
All right, we picked up Carl, WA4AQW, and KC4ZYC. Thank you guys for checking in. Anyone else out of state, please call now. All right, anyone, anywhere, not yet acknowledged, call now. All right, we're hearing no additional check-ins. I will make a call later on for additional check-ins. So let's go to the top of the list. In lieu of not having trivia tonight, let's do a topic of discussion, and let's talk about the national title game from just a few weeks ago. I'll start it off. I was definitely disappointed the Tide could not pull it through. However, I was I guess of all the teams available, losing to Georgia was probably not the worst on my list. There were definitely other teams that I have issues with, and the fan base, that kind of thing. So I wasn't terribly upset with losing to Georgia. And plus, we beat them for the SEC, so that's a pretty good sign, too. With that, I will turn it over to Douglas, KM4VPG. Go ahead with your comments.
KM4VPG, Douglas Fed, Alabama, roll, tide, roll. Hope everybody's had a good day. I had a pretty good net day on last morning net. And, about the game. When I watched the game with Georgia and Michigan, I thought to start with that Michigan wasn't playing too good. But by the end of the game being over, I realized Georgia had gained a little bit of a good in them. And I kind of figured that it ended up the way it did. But I don't feel as bad as I did, especially with A&M, Texas A&M beating Alabama. Because after the game, the quarterback for Georgia, he was ecstatic, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, about being able to win the championship. It helped him a lot. I don't know if anybody else seen it, but I felt good for him that they did. So that made it not feel so bad for me losing, Alabama losing. So, yep, that's the way it is. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So I hope everybody has a good night. And I hope it gets better for them. I'll say 73 all. KM4VPG, back to neck and roll.
All right, Douglas, thank you for the comments. And I have to agree. I think I was more upset with the Texas A&M loss than that one. So, it's a pretty good season all said and done. KO4VXY, VYX, pardon, KO4VYX. Go ahead with your comments. All right, I'll come back to that station. Kilo, I believe this is Connor, KI5RVX. Go ahead with your comments.
KI5RVX, Connor. All I really have to say is really it was disappointing, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, that we'll be back there next year, and we'll perform a little bit better. But as always, I'll just give a roll tide, and back to you.
That's very true. I don't think we're one and done yet. NAGVF, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody on the net. Yeah, I look at it this way. They did a great job all year, but they were really hampered by the loss of all those receivers for injuries and whatnot at the end of the year. And they had a really uphill climb because of those receivers being out. I just can't blame anybody in particular because, hey, you get hurt, you can't play. But anyway, it was a good game. And like I say, Georgia, I think because they had lost all the receivers, had a better shot at it, and so they won. But I'm not a huge football fan other than the Crimson Tide, so it I don't follow sports all that much. My wife is better at that. So NHGM.
Yeah, Mark, I'm kind of with you there. I really did not care anything about football until I was a student down there and got to see all of the tradition and the fun that goes along with that. I still don't follow hardly anything other than Crimson Tide. NFL was kind of hit or miss. I did watch most of the Cowboys and 49ers game. I was really pulling for the Cowboys because they had two Alabama guys on there, Diggs and gosh, I'm blanking on the other guy's name, but yeah, they were not able to pull it off either. So yeah, that's all the haters are going to say excuses, but yeah, we were down pretty key players for the final rounds. I would have liked to have seen it if they had not been absent, to see if it had been maybe a closer game or possibly a turnabout like the SEC was. But that's all you can say is what if. But I think it would have been a little bit closer game, if anything. Next up is KO4OJA. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, everybody. I kind of feel the same way everybody's mentioned so far about the game. I do. I feel better that we lost because they were better and not because we did dumb penalties and were playing poorly. So there's that. And also, as far as being a fan, I'm a graduate of Mississippi State University, and I'm a Alabama fan first, but I always follow them, and then otherwise Alabama and Mississippi State are about the only two teams I actually follow in any sport. Anyway, that's about all I've got to add. It's just been a busy week with a lot of things going on at work, and I'll turn it back over to the net. KO4OJA.
Hey, Julia.
Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, you missed my wife. I sang her in as well, and she had comments. She's a big football fan, and she's a former UA staff member, so I'll let her talk next here. NHBF.
Hey guys, this is KC8ZPH. Hello to everybody. And Mark's right. I'm more interested in football than he ever was. But my dad trained me well and said I'd either have a boyfriend or a son or a husband that would watch. So he got me hooked early. You know, it all goes down to who was best on that particular day. They could have lost receivers just like we did. They just outplayed us at the end. And I was thankful we had a worthy opponent. And that's all I got to say about it. And, except that it's just a football game, you guys. It's not going to hasten the return of Jesus Christ, nor is it going to stop the world from turning. So, roll tide. KC8, CTH. Back to the net.
All right, Laura, thank you for the comments. And sorry I skipped you. I'm used to there not being comments after Mark goes, but I guess I'll need to remember if it's football, definitely make sure I give you a call. So apologies for that, but thank you for the comments. Let's see. W3NH is up next. Go ahead, Owen, our biggest football fan.
Oh, yes, W3NH. Hello, Laura. Yes, it's just a game. But I'll get them one of these days. They're curses. No, Alabama, a lot of times they beat themselves because they usually have a lot more penalties than they had in that game. But, Georgia, it was kind of bittersweet. But, I think their coach, once coached under
our coach. So I think it was, really especially sweet to him. So it's all good. And really and truly, other than the Alabama-Auburn game, I don't even normally watch. So got some knowledge of their of football. But, that being said, I played football when I was young. But I was a lineman, so I quit when I was in high school because everybody knows that only the backfield gets the girls, So I said, what's in it for me? So there you go. Russell W. 3 and H.
All right, Owen, thank you for that. And let's see, Jimbo's up next, KD4GS.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for calling the net. Well, I don't think I took time to watch that game. I was probably reading a book, reading the excerpts from Yamamoto's attack on Pearl Harbor, December the 7th. So I missed it. Other than that, it's about 29 degrees up here, and it's nice and cool. Everybody have a great warm day. KD4GS back to next control.
All right, thank you, Jimbo. This is KV4S, and this is the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. KM4BGF is up next. Go ahead, Billy. All right. I will, let's see, I already jumped back up. I meant to go back to this call, KO4VYX. Do you have any comments if you're still there?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was the call?
I didn't get a name for this this station, but the call sign was Kilo Oscar 4 Victor Yankee X-Ray in Tuscaloosa.
Oh yes, sir. That's me, Jeff.
All right. Yeah, I was just going to go back to you. Did you have any comments for the net?
No comment. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for checking in with us. And let me do another call for Billy, KM4BGF.
I didn't hear you call me. Our repeater was identifying, and you called me while it was identifying. This is KM4BGF here. I was kind of worried about that game after, I think Douglas said after I've seen how well Georgia played against Michigan, and the fact that they were coming back for a second time, knowing what they needed to work on and get ready for to beat us. And got to thank, too, Kirby Smart played with Saban for like 7 years, so in Alabama, or was under Saban for like 7 years. So you've got to think that he learned quite a bit from Saban during that time. So it was a fair opponent, I'll have to say. I hated to see it happen, but they beat us fair and square. So can't complain. Hate to see us lose, but I don't think we could have lost to a better team. I think they played us really fair, and they actually played a really good game. So that's all I can say about that. Roll Tide, and maybe next year we'll be able to get us another championship. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, Billy. Yeah, well said. I think It'll be an interesting season next year, and always is, and even built by Bama is going to have a good day every once in a while. EC4LA, Tita's up next. Go ahead.
Oh, good evening, Russell and the net. And roll tide, by the way. Yeah, hey, we lost. I was born in Georgia, but I was raised in Alabama since I was very, very, very young. So I'm a big Alabama fan. Don't care for Auburn one lick, but anyway, as far as NFL, I don't root for North Korea or China or even the Soviet Union. And all the other communist dictatorships, I don't root for that. And people that support that, and obviously the NFL does, and when they won't even stand up for our national anthem and everything, I have no respect for those people, and I won't watch it, and I won't participate. So therefore, I boycott it. So I don't really, other than that, I could care less. And if Alabama or Auburn or Georgia or anyone else started to take those type of philosophies and want to promote that, I won't be a fan of theirs either. But I am a big fan of Alabama's, and I don't think that's going to creep into our college system football. I'm sure it will at some point. But as far as the NFL, I ain't going to turn it on or watch it or have anything to do with it. I hate that they're anti-American, they're anti our form of government, our Constitution, and everything else. But they are, and I won't comment, participate, or well, I will comment, but so that's where I stand. Anyway, roll tide, and thanks for calling the net, Russell. I'm sorry to get on my soapbox. AC4LA.
Yeah, no worries, Pete. Yeah, it's the NFL is there for entertainment purposes, and if they can take a stand on a topic, then we can too. And maybe they won't get as much money for it. Next up is KC4ZYC. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I think, Russell, you missed Carl, unless, of course, he was in and out. You might want to check, KC4ZYC.
Well, I'm just skipping people left and right. Carl did say he was short time, but I usually call him anyway. WA4AQW. You still out there? WA4AQW. You still with us? All right, must have actually been a short time tonight. Go ahead, KC4ZYC.
So KV4S on that, KC4ZYC. Yeah, like the rest of you, I was disappointed. But I remind myself, after all was said and done, hey, it's just a game. We have an opportunity to clinch the title next year. That's the way I see it. And yeah, Georgia did play a pretty good game. I didn't watch all of it, but from what I heard and from what I saw in the highlights, they seemed to play a pretty darn good game. So anyway, nothing further on this end here. Job opportunity has come up, and I might end up moving down south to Florida if all goes well, the Orlando area anyway. And cross my fingers and hoping for the best on that. But that certainly doesn't mean that I won't come on back to Alabama, because I most definitely will, no matter where I am, actually, even if I'm up here or even down there. I've been to Huntsville numerous times and really enjoy the area. And also been down to Guntersville, too. Down to Birmingham, but it's been years, so I don't remember it too well. Anyway, good evening. Roll Tide. KC4 is at YC back in net control.
Well, congratulations are in order. Congratulations. Yeah, you're definitely getting a good climate change for sure. And you should always check your repeaters. That could influence where you stay. But anyway, thank you for the comments. That brings us to the bottom of the list. This is KV4S with the University Amateur Radio Club's Thursday Night Net. Let me open it up for any additional check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, call now.
Hi. Whiskey 5, Mike Golf Mike.
Well, good evening. We got one more on the list. W5MGM, making green money. Go ahead, sir.
I don't have anything for you. Just thought we'd check in and say howdy. Y'all take care. We'll catch you later. Boomer Sooner, W5MGM.
We lost your audio there. I don't know what you said. Anyone else? Anyone, anywhere? All right. Hearing no additional check-ins. I'm also not seeing any web check-ins tonight, so that gave us a total of 14, including myself. So let's close out. If you have any questions or comments regarding this net or to volunteer as regular or backup net control station, please contact Perry Willis at K4CWW@Comcast.net or Michael Tucker at N4LX@N4LX.com. Thank you to everyone who makes our weekly net possible, and to each of you for participating in the net this evening. Please join us again next Thursday at 8 o'clock Central Time for the University Amateur Radio Club net. At 8:33 Central Time, this net is closed. These frequencies, nodes, repeaters, and reflector are returned to normal amateur use. This is KV4S. Roll Tide.
Lost my audio. That's funny. W5MGM.
Thought you might like that one.